I'm here with Rob Gray, we're at Laurent, and we want to show you why Laurent Paddington is the smartest home in Paddington and what actually determines a smart home. So I'm going to give you a little tour as to what this house capabilities actually are. So to start with it, for security access, you can be anywhere in the world and on any of your devices, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, Apple Watches, whatever it may be, you can have full security, audio, air conditioning, TV.
Call an Uber.
You can call an Uber, and I think this is one of Brisbane's first, to be able to call your Uber from any part of your device or any of the stations on your wall. So we're going to give you a little tour and show you inside. So just to give you a little bit of some clarity, we're using the Control 4 system, which carries out all of the things you would expect: security, lighting, and also the comfort. So I'm going to give you a quick example of what we do. So Rob, let's go. So there's all different passcodes you can use on here. You can use them for tradespeople, you can use them for different entry, and what will happen as soon as that rings, anyone that's registered within the passcodes, it'll ring your phone directly. So
as you can see Maddie and myself standing outside the house. This also calls any family member. If it's a delivery guy, you can actually give them access through the gate. You can also give them access inside the front door.
So to give you a bit of an idea, Rob, can you let me in?
Yep, no worries.
Come in. So at Laurent, the house system is so sophisticated that Electronic Living have essentially put a voice activation system in place. Alexa, lights on, and the lights are on. Just as easy to turn the lights off, and by using our Control 4 system as well, you can go into any areas, very easy to use, any areas of the whole house. You can choose landing, master suite, living, kitchen, alfresco, anywhere, and you can have very different settings at any time. So when you know how you live, Electronic Living can come and set up your house the way that you want it to be. So this is pretty sophisticated. It's as sophisticated as a home automation system can be. The house is so sophisticated with a separation of sound. I'll give you an example. Alexa, music off. So throughout the house, there's so many different zones. This is the kitchen area, you've got the landing, you've got the exterior or the lower level lounge area, plus you've got separate locations upstairs. So if you're having a party, you've got multi-area functions. So you can have kids upstairs, adults downstairs, you can set the levels to whatever you want, and you can just control it from wherever you want, whether you're in the house, out of the house. If you're away overseas and your kids are having a party, you can shut it down just by the flick of this. Alexa, music on. So at Laurent, it's got the best of the best. When you're in the kitchen, and cooking is important to most families, it has everything that you'd expect in a luxury home. If you go into a Miele showroom or you go down to Winnings, pound for pound against all of the appliances in the market at the moment, this is pure luxury. Not only does it have all of this in induction cooktops, it's also got a coffee machine, a steam oven, and 2 pyrolytic ovens as well, also fitted out with integrated fridges and freezers. So there's plenty of storage. The kitchen's located in a location where you've got, if your kids are playing in the backyard, you can see everywhere on the lower entertaining areas, from the pool to the lawn to the second lounge area. So rest assured, this is the perfect floor plan for all families. So Rob, I know what I feel when I'm in this house, but as a builder and developer, obviously the location's a location. It's one of the top spots in Brisbane.
Look, Maddie, there's a lot of blocks out there, especially in this suburb, which are square or rectangle type designs. Because we had such a big frontage and we had such a square and elevated block on the angle, we really flattened out the house and really highlighted this as the aspect of the house.
And not only does this house have lift access, but it's lift access to every single level. So in some houses you go to, they go from the basement to the first, but this goes basement, first, living, and then also to the rooftop terrace, which we'll take you to shortly.
Scotty.
So the days of having a huge amount of keys for houses, for your car, for your garage remote control are gone. At the Laurent, all it is a touch of a switch. So you've got a 3-car lock-up garage, plus 2 side-by-side off the street, which is unheard of, not only in Paddington, but in most places in Brisbane. So rather than being on your phone, if you don't want the voice activation, you don't need to have it. The greatest thing about this whole system is that it's smart, but it's simple. So you've got functions in here which can control the lighting, all segregated throughout the house. It's all separately zoned, whether it be the pendants, whether it be the stairs, whether it be the rooftop, whether it be the landing around the pool. You can control it from one panel. And the greatest thing is you've also got the functionality to do all on, all off. You can do that on your phone as well. So the moment you leave the house, you can set settings essentially and say, Alexa, house off, and the whole house will come off. The security alarms will go on, all the doors will be shut, all the front door will be locked, and you know at the end of the day that your house is fully secure. So the one thing is, not only is it really practical in living, and I think that's the most, I think one of the biggest misconceptions with a smart home is that it's complicated to use. But with talking with Damien from Electronic Living, this is the least complicated system you could possibly do. From voice recognition, it literally took me 1 second to download the app. It's got a very secure login system with security passwords, and not only from that, but also the security to get into the house, whether you've got tradespeople, whether you've got different codes for different people, so whether you've got your kids, whether everyone has you can set your codes the way that you want it set. So it's actually really simple living. I know we've spoken about the security, and you know what? I'll be honest with you, my wife is a bit of a scaredy cat. And at my house, I live in New Farm. Last night, we're lying in bed. I unfortunately don't have a smart home, and it was about 11 o'clock and she said, "What's that noise?" She made me get out of bed. But at Laurent, no, you don't get out of bed. You go on your phone and you look, and you can go through the security and everything, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a possum. So it's all good. At Laurent, you do not need to get out of bed when you don't have to. So to get to the rooftop, you've got 2 options. You can take the lift or you can take the stairs. And if you look out this way, you've got beautiful views out to the water tower. You've got a barbecue, and you can literally get anything down, whether it be dishes, you can bring drinks up, you can do anything you want, and you've got the flexibility to either walk or catch a lift, which is something, look, most people wouldn't build it like that.
No.
Most people would actually just do no lift but stairs, but at Laurent, there's no expense spared. Talk a little bit about the detail and going back to the Jawad set. Look at this void, it's amazing. Like,
Seeing the double staircase is the standout feature to me.
oh, absolutely standout. Not to mention raw iron, floating timber. So, you know, I know what goes in these walls to be able to have it suspended out. So there must be steel bracing and everything. And not only to mention, you've got timber lining on your roof. I don't think there's any property that can compete with this. Across Brisbane at the moment. Now you can see why Laurent is Paddington's smartest home. We're on the market. We're doing inspections by appointment. Alexa, shut the house down, arm the alarms. We're out.